Greetings and welcome to Retro Overdose. Greetings and welcome. Alright, so Dwarf Fortress. What is it? It's a world simulator kind of thing, but how do we play it? Well, quite a few different ways to be able to do it, but let's go ahead and... I'm assuming you guys already got this thing installed and are able to see this very screen. But going to create new world. Give it a moment. This game is going to run 100% off of your keyboard, first and foremost. But this is the alpha of Dwarf Fortress, as there have been some time, blah 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 blah. If you enjoy the game, please consider contributing to Bay 12. Bay 12 is where you can actually pick up Dwarf Fortress. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description. But you press escape, and this is what we've got for building a world. Let's just go ahead and leave everything alone as it is. But if you just want to scroll through, you can change the world size, how long the history is. That's actually going to be, if you let it run all the way through the thing, it's got certain levels of, oh, there it actually says 5 years, 125 years, 250, 550, and then 1,050 years. 1,050, let's say it that way. That's how long it'll go automatically before kicking out your generated world. Go away, fly. You can tell it how many civilizations, number of sites. The sites is the actual type of places that you can go to on the map. Just moment. Bow! Back fly. Back fly. Ha! Ah! Almost wish you guys could have seen that. It was almost like having the bats. Number of beasts. This is your scaries. Your scaries out there. And then the natural savagery. You can make a really intense world by going very high. Like all sorts of werebeasts, stuff like that. Mineral occurrence, that's a fun one to always kind of turn up to frequent. But for the sake of argument, let's just go ahead and press Y. With this game, observation is key, and it's going to seem really weird at first. Alright, but if you want, you can fast forward through all of this. I will try to not say too much, but what this is doing right now is actually generating all of your world. Oh, it only rejected one. Nice. If you minimize your screen, it goes a lot faster. I'm only going to wait until it's about 115 years old, and then I'm going to tell it to go so that we can actually get into the meat and taters of what building a fortress is, because there's technically 3 ways to play this game. There's fortress mode, adventure mode, and legends mode. Legends mode is more you build the world, get the stuff off of the thingy, and you can actually see what all the histories are, the types of interesting peoples in the world, all sorts of cool crazy stuff. Alright, if we press enter, it's going to take another couple of years. Cool. The year is 119. It is the 4th age of legends. All sorts of cool stuff going on. This one is called Mansutu, the Plane of Prophecy. This is neat. I like it. The game absolutely randomly generates everything, all the way from your individual dwarves all the way up to your forgotten beasties. I'm going to use the world as it currently exists. You got to kind of look around at the start of the game until you get used to where everything's going to be. Lots of times you get stuff up here. Sometimes you get stuff down here. And you got to be real careful as to... You only get like one chance in the buttons. So just be careful in the menus. Cool thing is, it's mostly turn-based. Like it technically runs as a turn-based. So I'm going to hit U. It's finishing out building the world. Now if we hit enter for accept, because the world's been created. If we... I got something on my keyboard. Get off there. Press and hold shift, we can scroll a lot faster. But we're going to want to find somewhere that's got nice, plenty of resources. Not too scary in the local region. Let's go ahead and accept. I'm not going to do a specific embark where we go through literally every piece of material that we could take on the embark. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let one of the auto embark thingies when that part comes up. I'm not going to fine tooth comb the stuff. Sorry if this seems like kind of a rushed video. I'm not really sure how to approach the video in itself. I'm not really sure where any of the questions are for any of the viewers that are curious. Well, what is Dwarf Fortress? And I apologize that this part of it's taking a decent moment. But we are actually almost there once it starts responding again. But I'm thinking of trying to do the video as more of a what to get started in your first year after embarking on a location, and like how to look for a good spot on the map. And I am not a pro at this game. I've only been playing it for a couple months. So let's go ahead and tell it start playing. Monsutu is the one that we had. Those are all my backup ones, I guess. Yep. Monsutu, region 7. Tell it enter. And we want to do Dwarf Fortress, not Adventurer mode. At least for the time being. Adventurer mode is a whole different thing. That's where you take an entire character and play out their life. So it's going to wind up taking 2 weeks of game time for it to populate and update the world, give you new random stuff. This screen is very intimidating at first. For the most part, you only got to worry about the middle map. But, alright, starting off, this is a very small version of the world map. It's only scrunchy because of how I'm doing my recording. I could make it larger, but not really going to worry about it. At least not yet. This area, okay, so this is, I need to get something under my mouse real quick. Just a moment. That'll work. We'll use a box. Kind of ill-prepared, maybe. Oop. What fell? Alright, so this is our world map. Come on, mouse. What the heck here? This is being weird on me. It doesn't like the surface, apparently. It's a cranky optical mouse. I apologize about this, guys. Where's a thingy? There's a thingy. This will have to work. Alright. So this is our world map, and it's way bigger than that. The world goes up. So right there is our X on the world map. The region map moves bigger because we're moving along the region map. The local map, this is literally, once you understand a little bit more of how you're working Dwarf Fortress, this will help you to establish better ways of getting your location sighted. But let's try and find us a spot that doesn't have an aquifer, has some soil, and all sorts of other stuff using this. I don't like the embark assistant. I'm not a big fan of it. It's not that it doesn't work well, it's just I don't like it. But probably gonna do a quick edit on locating some. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Becorodom. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is only spring now. Enough time for you to delve secure lodgings ere the black bears get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Annulled. Mirrored racks. Strike the earth! And with the enter key, we go right on in. We need to press the spacebar key to pause it straight the hell out. We want to check this place out before anything. Press tab, and press tab again. Be able to clear that stuff out of the way. We've already got a non-idler, so we're going to want to turn off fishing. Alright. Keyboard keys. That's going to be an interesting one. Hopefully I get the graphics to be able to work. But everything that you need to know is also available right here in the shift / for the question mark. All of these things will help you out. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for me to be able to help talk to you about it. Ha! We'll figure that part out. But scrolling around the map, we've got ourselves some water. Quite a bit of it. Ooh, nice. Nice little river bend there. More river going up. Cool. Couple of ponds, trees, a little bit of a hill. It's always good. Right here. Right here. These are our Dwarven buddies. And apparently my mod's working because I've got Krug Smash's Horn Beetle. I embedded that into my default thing, so anytime I play Dwarf Fortress, I've got Horn Beetles. The main thing that you got to really worry about on this screen is going to be up in your upper right hand area. It'll tell you about your idlers. Those are you guys that are not doing a damn thing. Your calendar date tells you what program that you're doing, if you're paused or not. You get a lot of cool info over here. All of your info updates will happen down here at the bottom of the screen, and if you miss any of them, you can press A for announcements. We just got here, so we don't have any of those. Another useful key that you're going to find is U for units. Alright, so here we have Ono Motoravad. He's a miner. We have Zasset Stigazaban. He's a woodworker. Emosh Rigothguten. He's our woodcutter. Vutok Rugothtasid, our expedition leader. Dodok Umaride, our jeweler. Thab Lycotid. I'm horrible with these names. He's our fish cleaner. And then Zanig Dodokmisner, our fisher dwarf. From this screen, if you look down at the bottom, we've got other stuff that we can check out too. We can currently go into view unit, so let's go ahead and see what our great grand expedition leader did. Let's see what he's about. Well, that's kinda, well, maybe not. From here, you can check out his R for relationships, his Y for your customizations, or you can press enter to see his thoughts and preferences. Let's see what he's like while he's still happy. I talked to my friend. I'm very fond. That's good. He feels fondness when talking to a friend. Casual worshipper of Ustuth the Cradled. That's his god. Let's see. 82 years old, born on the 6th of Moonstone in the year 37. Broad and muscular, has a jutting chin. His slightly rounded aquamarine eyes are very white set. His short sideburns are neatly combed. His very long mustache is arranged in double braids. As you can see, this game is absolutely detailed. detailed. Like, here's his relationships. He's already kindred spirits with all of his buddies here. That's neato. Anyway, like, the amount of detail this game goes into is just nuts. What else have we got on the map? We got a barn owl, 2 of them, a weasel, 3 sturgeons in the river, some sea lampreys, that's gross, and some river otters. Okay, everything so far is pretty harmless except the barn owls, from my experience. Our pets and livestock. These are the tabs at the very tippy top of the screen, by the way. If you press escape, it gets you back onto the screen. So long as we stay paused, we can do whatever the heck we want to be able to look around. Now, an interesting one is, well, what am I seeing right here? Like, all of this green. What the heck is all this? Well, there's an actual button that we can use. We are learning. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you press K to look, you get a cursor, and it generally pops up dead freaking center. If you've got the mouse add-ons with the Lazy Noob pack, you'll be able to just kind of mouse over stuff. I don't like doing that. I like trying to keep it pure. But with the yellow X, we can see that we've got all sorts of different grasses, dense bent grass, fescue, some basalt. That's neato. But hairgrass. If we go over to one of these squares, though, that's going to be a tree. We got ginkgo tree trunk. That's what all of that is. This one's a hazel tree trunk. Pecan. Peach tree. Ugh. We can make some peach wine. Good stuff. Plum. Some more hazel. Peach tree. Basalt boulder. What's this weird grass right here? Reed grass, grandma, fescue, dropseed, meadowgrass, fescue, grandma. Lots of grandma. So far I'm not seeing the greatest of stuff. Alright, so I had said this was a hill. How do I know that's a hill? Well, you see these arrows? That's a basalt upward slope. And then in the screen above it, it would have downward slopes, like these arrows here. Downward slope. That's water. Well, it says open space, but under the open space is going to be water. While we're at it, let's go ahead and check out our dwarfy dudes. Where'd they go? There they are. They're all heaped around our wagon with our horn beetles and all of our goodies right now. Alright. While looking, you can also press and hold shift and use your comma or your period button, and those will go either up, these are all trees now, or down. That's how I can tell more detail as to this pond. That's going to be nasty stagnant water. Yup. So what do we need to be able to have our dwarfy dudes survive? What is it that these guys want, need, and have required to be able to survive? Well, for one, security. Security is utmost, man. If you don't start on your security early, even in your most barest bones of how can I dig in, close my doors, and ain't no oogly booglies able to get me, you need to start with that. Secondly, it's getting familiar enough with what's on your screen and how to follow your dudes. And for their life requirements, what these guys want is beer. Lots and lots of beer. They are alcohol-driven little benders from Futurama. Every single one of them need this. They can drink water, like they're not only limited to alcohol, but they're dwarves, man. It's the most dwarven thing in the world is to be able to make your own booze, be drunk as shit, and run around and build stuff, and destroy goblins. And eventually be able to make coffee. To be able to do that, though, we gotta tell these guys what to do. And keeping them happy is gonna keep us happy, because the more happy that your dwarves are with their wants, desires, hopes, and dreams, and if we go into their thoughts thingy, we'll be able to check that out. I mean, like, oh, I went into the wrong thingy. Let's do it the way I know how. with you. We go into V. We go into enter. But this one, I can see here that as far as her proclivities, she personally has a deep respect for animals. She loves to aminos, plants and the natural world. Finds the ideas of independence and freedom somewhat foolish and respects the law. She dreams of raising a family. Like, holy crap, let's help her out. She wants to raise a family. She likes nature. I hate to tell her, but we're going to destroy these trees. Speaking of which, how do you tell these guys to do their jobs? Check this out. Let's go ahead and get back to our neutral screen. We're going to go into D, as in designate. We want to start off by chopping down a handful of trees. Let's go ahead and just do all the ones that are around our little fort right here. So to do that, we went in to designate, make sure that it's on chopped down trees. You find yourself a nice little spot on the map somewhere, preferably with O's in it that represent trees. You press enter, and then I like using the number pad. If you don't have a number pad, use your arrow keys. If you don't have a number pad, try to get one. Because I'm using the number 3, I'm just telling it all of the area out to about here. And enter. All of those things are just highlighted. As soon as we unpause it, some little dude's gonna grab a battle axe probably and go out and start wailing on frickin' trees, getting them. We also want to wind up having plants to be able to get for our booze making. So press P while in the same screen after setting up for your trees. With it being spring, you're probably not going to have an easy time getting a whole heck of a lot of plants. But you do the same thing that you did for the trees. Designate an area. Everything that highlighted is going to get gathered by a little dude. The thing is, they're going to want somewhere to be able to put all this crap. For the time being, let's just do a generalized area for a stockpile. So we're going to back out of this screen using escape and press P for stockpile. Stockpile. Yeah, it's funny. Once you get used to it, all of the keys also have a context and everything. But we're going to go into C for customize and tell it T to just absolutely direct it. For now, this is one of the few ones that we want to involve food. Our furniture, our stone, ammo, coins, bars, blocks, gems, finished goods, leather, cloth, wood, weapons and trap components, armor, and sheet stuff. The reason for that is that way that we can unload the wagon. The wagon's gonna be a heck of a lot of crap. Whenever summer comes, you can get birds that steal crap out of it. And honestly, this stockpile, for the time being, I think we're gonna hold the brakes on the stockpile. I think it's gonna save the settings there, and we're gonna find somewhere to dig in at. Don't have much hill, but now that we know how to be able to scroll up and down, we can at least check out any of our hilly areas. That's it for a hill. Oh, that's not good. A lot of sand up over there. It's easiest to be able to dig directly into a wall without having to do it this way. This way is the slightly more complicated way. But let's go ahead and press D for designate. We want D for digging. It's going to say mine, but we want D to dig. Generally. Problem is, since we don't have very much hill to be able to dig, we need to dig straight down into the ground. That's one of the reasons that we didn't want an aquifer. But let's go ahead and press H for channel. And we're going to go ahead and do... I've never done it like this, so I think for the time being we're going to go with a 2x2 like that. Go down an area. and then just dig out a decent sized little square using shift to be able to get 10 by 10. Nah, it's a bit scary. Let's go ahead and back out, get back into the digging, scroll back up to see where we're supposed to be at, line it up. Let's go ahead and channel it one more wide just so that we can have the depot. You gotta have a 3x3 to be able to have the depot. I don't like digging straight down into the ground because then you kind of gotta build different defenses to be able to keep up with it, but that's alright. I think if we do like this, we'll be fine. And then down one more. And with this one, double check where we are. I'm gonna dig just a straight kind of thing, 10 down, and then dig out a 5x5 hole. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, way too big. 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be for our depot. We will make a double wide channel there so that we can start our 4 square wide and 20 long hallway for, I don't know, I don't really know how that's gonna work very well, but for the time being, let's get back to the stockpile. Oops. Back out, stockpile. Let's just go ahead and do a wood stockpile for the moment. Just that way that we've got it available. Set it up right next to the wagon. Make it however large that you feel that you need to, but you will soon come to find out that no pile is big enough. Alright, so currently we've got it to where they're going to go out and start chopping down trees. They're going to go gather some plants. They're also going to start digging a hole over there. I think I've got 2 pickaxes. Normally you do. To find that out, you can go into Z for stocks once you back out of this screen. Z for stocks. None of this is going to be accurate. Not until you get your bedroom set up and your bookkeeper guy set up with a proper office. There's all sorts of stuff that, like, don't feel overwhelmed. I can continue doing videos if you guys need more and more help, but I think what I'm going to do is just keep running this as a how do we get going with this kind of thing. But for the time being, in our stocks, let's go to our digging tools, which is going to be in our actual tools, my bad. Tools down at the bottom. We've got a wheelbarrow. Oh, wait. It'll be in weapons. I got 2 battle axes and 2 copper picks. That's good, though. Escape. Escape. So they're digging there. Going down. I got workers doing this, that. Okay, we need the trees before anything else can really go on to be able to build stuff with. Yeah, let's go ahead and unpause and watch as the little dudes start running around, doing all the things. There we go. So he's digging down. We're keeping an eye out for danger. Some of these guys aren't going to be doing much for... Let's go ahead and pause real quick. I want to turn the fisher guy off. So we're going to go into U for units. Go down to our fisher guy because it says that he's fishing. I want to go to the unit with Z. I want to check his preferences and tell him in his labors that you're not fishing, dude. We don't need that crap. Go out and gather some plants. Instead of fishing, I want you to be... Well, hunting will be good. I think this will be a good area for hunting. So you'll be our animal training, animal care, hunting, trapping, small animal dissector. And then in our farming, I want you to do butchery, tanning, milking, gelding, shearing. Yeah, you're a busy dude. And spinning, because I'm going to need all that crap later. Get the hell up off of the frickin' fishing pond, you lazy bum. To be able to help him not be a lazy bum, we need to go into our set orders with O and activity zone orders with Z. We want to do prefer zone fishing. Zone only fishing is what we want. That's the active setup on that. I should make it to where, since we don't have any zones for him to actually fish set up at, he won't go fishing. Speaking of zones, let's back out of here, back out of there. Press I. I don't know why it's for I. What the heck do they call it in here? I. Oh, zones. I don't know why it's on I. But what we're doing right now is going to set up a spot for the critters, our aminals. That way that they've got an area that they can be wrangled into. They'll not stay in it if I don't put fences. But with the I key, we're going to set up a zone. Fairly good sized. And press enter again. While on this screen, we want to tell it to be a in for pen pasture. And then you press and hold shift, press in again while highlighting it. And you want to tell it yes for all of your critters up here. That way that they got somewhere that they know that they can eat, sleep, mate, all that other stuff. Because that stuff actually happens in this game, dude. On one of my maps, I've got 15 horn beetle eggs that I don't know what the crap to do with. And then we're going to unpause and let them do more stuff. Let's see how well this guy got done digging stuff. Hey, he's doing alright. I wonder why his buddy's not helping him. Did he find whetstone? I think he found whetstone. No announcements to it, alright. There is nothing to catch in the central swamps. That's not good. That means that there's no food. It just popped up on the bottom of the screen. There is no wild aminals. I'm doing that on purpose. I'm sorry to anybody that feels offended about the youngish way of saying animals. Not trying to be offensive. Alright, why? Okay, my tree dude's not doing trees. What the hey? What was that? Nothing to catch in the swamps. Ooh, we have river otters fighting. Holy goodness. It's fighting a sea lamprey. Jiminy Christmas. Alright, the last thing I just saw here. Alright, check this out. This is why I like Dwarf Fortress. This is part of the experience you get. These animals are out there in the river just beating the crap out of each other because that's just what they do. But let's see. Lamprey slaps the river otter in the left rear paw with their tail, shattering the bone. The force pulls the left rear leg, tearing apart the skin and bruising the lower spine's nervous tissue. A tendon in the lower spine has been bruised. The sea lamprey bites the river otter in the left front paw, bruising the fat. The river otter attacks the sea lamprey, but she jumps away. The lamprey charges at the river otter. They collide together. The river otter is knocked over. The lamprey slaps the river otter in the right front paw with her tail, and the injured part explodes into gore. That means that piece is gone. An artery has been opened by the attack. The force bends the right front leg, tearing apart the skin. The river otter is no longer stunned. I don't think he's going to be very much alive too long. That's just scary. If we zoom in on it, we'll be able to see where it's actually happening at. Up in this area, up next to the bend. That's always nice. Yeah, welcome to the forest. That's always nice. And it's raining. Alrighty, our dude is almost done digging for the time being. Once he finishes digging all of that stuff, we will follow him back up. And pause. Because now we need to start establishing our craft hall with D for designate. We did find some damp stone. That's because of that. Right on. Anyway. Make it a 2B. And a 2B. And then from here we go scrolly down. Scrolly down, scrolly down. And let's make it an extra big one. That will be our crafting hall. That will lead to our bedrooms. Run! Do my bidding! It's always a wise thing to check your unit screen to see what other kinds of nasty oogly booglies might be available. Dead missing. Sea lamprey. Alright, so the otters are stronger than the lampreys. So far. We got too many idlers. Expedition leader, you come here. You are now a miner. Get your ass in that hole. Grab that shit and go. Go, go, go! Good job, he's down there. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. I'm a miner. Gonna get it. Good, alright, let's go ahead and hit B for build. We want to go into workshops and build a carpenter shop. We don't have any building economic material. What the heck? You're supposed to be up here chopping wood. Why ain't you chopping wood yet? Why him no chop wood? Like serious, why no chop wood? D. Let's make sure that we got plenty of trees. That's weird. Have we not got wood? Ah, woodworker, not woodcutter. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Get your ass to work. There he goes. Chop, chop. And this is part of my favorite thing. 3, 2, boof. And watch them haul. Yeah, get that stuff. Get that stuff. Go, dwarf, go. Now we don't have idlers. That's what the problem was. Ha ha ha. We had wood carpenters, but not wood peoples to cut the wood. Anyway, let's build this carpentry shop with... Sorry, I need to back out. You go into B for build, W for workshops, and then C for carpenter shop. Neato, neato. And then we can wind up putting this just about anywhere that we want to, but for the time being, I want to stick it down in our guildy spot. Oh, I should carve out a spot for the farm, because we're going to need one, like horridly bad. Anyway, carpenter's workshop. let's go ahead and do a special kind of thing. It's not special, I just forgot to do this earlier. D for designate. We want to go ahead and build a downstair. So we hit J. We're going to put our downstair right here. This is just how I like doing things. We go down a layer, make it into an upstair. Check how we did it. Do like that and like that. Double check. Cool. And then D for designate. Enter. Make it at least however big that you feel is good. 3, 4, 5. At least that way. And at least that way. Over here in this corner, this is going to be where we put our stockpile for all of our common stuff. It's we just build stairs downward so that everything that we build in the crafts hall can wind up having the stockpile located directly underneath it. It's just going to take them a couple minutes to be able to bust that open and start working on it, because this area right here, our stockpile, almost already full. Let's go ahead and make sure that we got our guys building what we wanted them to build. But give me some kind of sign, dwarf. Oh, my bearded one, show me that you love me. And the gemstones, show me that you dwarfy. Oh, what's this? Are those bees? Do we have bees? The bees! We could make honey with that. I've been wanting to do that on maps. It's a swarm of flies. Grrr. Alrighty, so what was I thinking here? I need somebody to do architecture. Who's the volunteer? The fish cleaner. ZPL, go down to other jobs and turn on architecture. Alright, Thob Inky Will, get going. Build that stuff. I guess you're hungry. That's why you're still at the wagon, dwarf dude. Uh-oh, what was that? Did they already? They sure did. Dodok is no longer our expedition leader. They voted and decided Vutok is. Right on. All I know, dude. Wait. I'd be willing to bet. Where's fish cleaner guy? He doesn't have any sort of carpentry, so he doesn't know how to be able to build that building. There he goes. Alright, pause, scroll down. Damn, he was fast. We're gonna follow him. With F, unpause. Yeah, build that stuff. Right on. He no longer has a job. Now what we need to do is actually get them to start making stuff with the carpentry place that we built. So we tell it Q for building tasks. We're going to tell it to use add a new task. For the time being, I think doors, blocks, doors, beds, and blocks will be good, but let's go ahead and do beds first. So that's 6 and 7. Add another task. We'll start up with some... Well, I like having the chair and the table taken care of, as well as a cabinet. because that'll take care of my manager's requirements so that we can have accurate inventory stocks. Alrighty, I know this video is starting to catch some length. I do not intend on getting the entire year started all in one video. We're gonna do it piecemeal, but I think that'll work for now. Tell it to unpause. Once our dudes come back down to start digging, we'll let them do all of what they're gonna do for a moment because they're down here. While that's going on, let's go back into build, workshops. We want a still. We're gonna want stills. So, one still. Make that out of pecan woods. 2 stills. Make that out of pecan woods. Just for the heck of it, let's get another carpenter shop because we can always use. Remember to put gaps between them. Don't stick them to where they're. You can't put it there. Don't stick them right next to each other like that. You'll wind up making your dwarfs stuck. Put gaps between them. Alright, so to be able to do all of those from your idle screen, you go into B for buildings, W for workshops, and then each one of those is listed in here somewhere. Once all of them get built, then you can start telling your dudes with your queue for, I think of it in my head as quests. Queue for quests. That way these guys can wind up building out your stuff. We got any idlers? We do. You know what, dude? You just learned architecture. And carpentry, at the very least. And masonry, that way that you can build that too. Okay, so we got the second carpenter shop built. Let's go ahead and get some beds made. Or wait, we've got beds being made. We need doors. Doors are good. But I think I'm just going to tell them make barrels. And repeat that job and do it now. So one of the main goals that I try to do with all of my forts, every single fort, is try to get to where you've got your manager and your bookkeeper and stuff set up with your nobles screen. Your nobles screen was within. Right now all we have is our expedition leader. My favorite person to have is the bookkeeper. I gotta wait for my miner dudes to finish building out the bedrooms real quick before we can set that up. Overly easy. Oh, and let's build our depot. We're gonna want that. The depot is to be able to get trades. Do you want that sucker built before summer? Or at least by the time that the summer ends, because otherwise you might miss your opportunity to have trade. Hey. Our stockpile area is almost done. As soon as they get that knocked out, I'm going to set up the pile. Just a complete general pile, let everybody get everything. Damn, they're actually moving really quick. Blah, 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 blah. Pause, pile. Custom settings. Attach to one I want. Just make the whole area the stockpile. Da 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 da. Now they should start moving all that stuff down. Alright. Hey, the stills are up. We need barrels, guys. Like ASAP. Now, now, now. Make them to barrels. Because I want you guys to brew the drinks from plants, set that to a repeat, and then this one I want you to do the same thing. Actually, for the time being, yeah. Alright, we've got a bedroom built, so let's go ahead and go into B, B for bed. Stuff a bed in there because we're gonna need it. We need a throne, so he doesn't have the thrones built just yet. That means the tables aren't built either. Cool. You know what? For the heck of it, we're gonna designate where our farm plot's gonna be. Sorry, with build and L, not LP. And as weird as it is, you really don't need a very big area. This one, instead of being able to click and then draw a rectangle, you've actually got to line it up. I like doing 4x4 areas. But I'm going to do that, and then we're going to do it again. Now, we gotta wait for a dwarfy guy to go over here, run over and build it. And they might get distracted a little bit. Let's check our units and see if we got guests. Groundhogs! I ain't never seen groundhogs. Ah, groundhog. A large, round, lowland rodent. It lives in burrows and in the ground and ventures out to eat. She's of average size, hair is tan, skin is dark peach, and her eyes are black. That's freaking hilarious. Groundhogs. Alright, guys. Be nice if somebody'd start farming our field. We got an idler. That's you. Yeah, Fisher Dwarf. You just got even more jobs. We'll take away some of them, though. Just so that we're not that mean. What was I just gonna do? Farming. Farm them fields. Brew them plants. Gather them plants. Process them plants. Yes. Get on it, dwarf. Good shit. Right on. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. Alright, we need... You know, honestly, I think I'm going to dig down one more layer. Just dig. J for downstairs. But this one we're just going to do on the top and bottom. Make sure to make your up connective stairs. Again, attention to detail in this game. Absolute value. And then between them, we're going to just designate. And once our dwarfy dudes do their thing, that's going to be our just absolutely wood. Nothing but wood. Unless it does weird stuff like popping into a cavern layer or something. Oh, we got somebody just fell out on the floor. Just passed out. Couldn't get the bed up in time. Alright, we got chairs, guys. Alright, we got chairs. Put the chair in the corner. I want the table. Table. Get on it, dwarves. Right. Now that it's getting better in springtime, let's go ahead and designate more plants to be able to get picked. Bam. All that num-nums. And then from there, since we got some trees that aren't getting chopped down, what kind of tree is this? Ginkgo, colony of ants, pecans, hazels, apple, peach, hazel, pear, another colony of bugs. Right on. Let's make it a zone. make it into a gathering zone, and then set gathering stuff. We want to do all of that. That's my secret to being able to keep up with all your wine. Make a zone where these dudes actually go over and specifically grab fruits and vegetables from trees that you're not cutting down. Otherwise, I haven't quite figured out the way that other people are doing it with just the brew stuff. Alright, now that that dude has a complete office, we're going to go in and figure out who to brutally make into our manager. No relevant skills for any of them. Who is a current idler? We don't have one. We do. Waiting for somebody to idle, because whoever it is, besides Asset. Herbalist, gather plants, dig. Zanig, I think you're gonna be our bookkeeper and manager. Alright, so he's got requirements. That's because we need to give him his office. Now that we've got him allocated with the nobles screen, we're going to turn this into a bedroom. We're going to assign the bed to Zanig. And then make it a throne or study room for Zanig. Eventually we can make him a door and shit. But now that we've done that, we can go back into the nobles screen, go down to bookkeeper, tell it settings. This is a secret that folks on the internet showed me, and you got to make him have highest precision. This is why you make him an office. Start this thing off as soon as possible. As soon as you tell it highest precision. Alright, let's check out Zanig. Once he gets the update or finishes out this job, if we watch on the bottom, he's gathering plants. As soon as he takes this one inside, ooh, we've got a nest that I don't know what it is. I need to check that. Skunks! That's funny. Alright, let's follow Zanig. Wait, isn't Zanig also our frickin' miner? Or our farmer guy? He is. Crap. So, yeah, now he's updating the stockpile records. We'll go ahead and follow him. Dun -da -dun -da -dun -da -da. Once he gets done with that, we don't have to worry about our accuracy so long as he stays alive. And in all honesty, guys, I think for the moment that's gonna be my startup video on. I'm gonna try and do this as a small series, maybe. Any questions, anything like that, dude, message it on Facebook or the channel on. I love seeing the comments. Comments fuel me. If you guys comment that you guys are enjoying it or that you have questions, stuff like that, dude, drop that in the freaking comments. I would love to see it, and it'll keep me going, and I'll keep providing more content. I'm not one of the ones that's trying to say, oh, say hi to me. Nah, just, it's nice knowing that folks are out there watching this stuff, and I would love to be able to hear back from you. And Dwarf Fortress is an amazing game. I don't feel like I'm teaching you guys crap, other than just trying to set something up and explaining what I'm doing with the keystrokes while I'm doing it. But with this place, we're not frozen when we got here, so I don't think it's gonna freeze. Let's check out our world map real quick. Wow. It's like all summery. So we got an island. We might actually not have any problems out here. It also means that we're going to have a hard time finding problems to be able to create. But at least we'll be able to learn how to go about doing stuff. But I love this game. I love creating content for it. I know that there's not very much of it on the channel, but anything that is Dwarf Fortress that you guys would love to have explained, I would love to be able to provide an explanation for it. So hit me up in the comments. Help me to help you learn what Dwarf Fortress is. If there's anything that you guys are still lost on, serious, let me know. But for the time being, what we accomplished in this video is we've got quite a few of our little crafts dwarf shops set up right down here. We've got 2 carpentry shops, bam and bam. We've got 2 stills, bam and bam. We've got, what's that? Farmer's workshop, mason's workshop, butcher's shop, and a mechanic shop. We need to get the leather works up too. We've got a depot. We've got our bedroom set up with our noble guy happily doing his little tasks to be able to make sure that we're accurate and stuff. We've got our farm started. It's not completely... Actually, let's do that real quick. That's one that I should show you guys in this one. So press Q, go over to the farm plots. We want to have plump helmets in this one. This is only for springtime. You can see that down at the bottom. So if A is springtime, B is summer, let's go ahead and do dimple cups again. Let's do plump helmets. C, we will do pigtails. And D, we will do... let's do dimple cups. Move over to the other one. Basically the same thing again. Only this time let's do dimple cups. Dimple cups. Alright, on B, let's do cave wheat. Or pigtails, sorry. On D, we will do dimple cups. And on C, we will do more pigtails. Pigtails will make us material that we can make clothing out of, which we will need! Because if we get any dudes that have strange moods, you gotta have the material in the workshop to be able to provide those for those guys. Anyways, now that we've got our farm basically set up, should be having a guy run over real quick. Start doing the mining. Oh, they got it set up. Let's do our wood pile real quick. This is just absolutely going to be nothing but wood. Wood. Cool. Let's see. Alright, so we currently have 13 stored meat, 15 stored fish, 24 stored plant, grand total of 266 stored food. We're doing great on drink. Holy crap, that's good. If we move over to our kitchen stocks, we can actually check on our drinks with the tab key. We got dwarven beer, dwarven wine, finger millet, prickleberry, and river spirits. That's awesome. We need to keep that going. Right on. Let's go check if... Yep, we got people actively brewing. That's good stuff. Let's get this one going on more brews. And then we gotta call her quits. I can wind up going for days and days and days from it with this game. I freaking love it. Repeat that brew from plant. Next time on Dwarf Fortress, we will definitely be doing more with our bedrooms, setting up more of our stocks. We will be expecting... Actually, I've only got... we've only done 3 months worth. But I play this game so freaking slow that we should definitely go slow. We will work on our bedrooms, get our reserves going, probably build our well, and definitely get the bare basics of how we need to have our front door closable, frankly. And I think I see how to do it. But yes, thank you guys for joining us on Retro Overdose, and we will definitely come back and do more of this. This is an absolute blast. But to save, never retire the fortress. Never abandon the fortress to ruin. You will literally lose your save file. Only do that after you know what you're doing, and I will show you probably in the next video. Haha. But yes, thank you guys for joining us, and I will catch you guys later.